I'm Michael Fox, and this is the Prospector podcast. And we are live on location at the Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado. And I'm fortunate enough to have sitting across from me Mike Ellen, the president and CEO at StrikePoint Gold. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. It's good to be back.
It is. It's good to see you in person rather than through the computer screen like we normally do. For those people that haven't experienced talking with you at this point, let's give them the 10,000 view of what StrikePoint is.
Yeah, StrikePoint Gold is exploring for precious metals in premier jurisdictions. We are dominantly focused in Nevada, which is arguably the premier jurisdiction on the planet, definitely top three. We've got two assets that are in the Walker Lane mineral belt that we're talking about. The first asset is something called Cuprite, and then last week we picked up a secondary asset called the Hercules project. Both are in the Walker Lane district scale land packages, and a lot of work to be done and a lot of news flow to be generated.
You've acquired a very good package of land in a very good jurisdiction in Nevada. We're going to talk about Cuprite today because there's been some interesting developments. But let's start by telling people what Cuprite is and why you acquired it.
Yeah, so Cuprite is a 44 square kilometer land package. The main driver for the acquisition is at surface, it looks an awful lot like probably the most significant discovery in Nevada gold exploration since the 60s, and that's the what is called AngloGold's Silicon Merlin project. That project is located about 65 kilometers to the south of us, and it's a 13 million ounce new discovery at about a gram per ton oxide gold. Very significant, very new discovery, and it sort of unlocked a bit of a paradigm in the Walker Lane. These steam heated alteration zones that you see, forget the geologist here, which are often completely barren at surface, do have gold at depth. We did an inaugural drill program. This project had never been drilled in Nevada. We popped 5 holes into it. 4 got significant gold or reportable gold into it, and then we're doing a bit of work on the more on the detailed work, and then gearing up for a second phase program.
Yeah, now this is obviously attracted some attention, and there were some developments that happened this week. You seem to have some people shadowing you in Cuprite now.
Yeah, it is actually interesting. There's a private company that's called Cuprite LLC. They're not related to us, but with the BLM filings and the public record that is that's available in Nevada, we were made aware that they staked ground to the west of us, right up to our property boundary, and they also acquired a bit of ground internal to us. So it's sort of an onion shaped of they're in the middle, then us are around it, and then on the western side they're around us. So it's a really interesting position to get this other private group in and involved in the area.
Now, ultimately, there's going to be a benefit to both them and you as this project starts to develop. You know, 2 heads are better than one, right?
Yeah, and I think that what we're going to see here is that, particularly with that internal piece of ground, there's nowhere for them to go, and that's sort of, from what I've been able to gather from talking with them, is that's where they're focused on. They are going to be having a drill program there, but if they have any success, it's going to bleed over onto our ground, and we're going to see an area play develop down there. So we're looking forward to seeing them drill. Hopefully, we can start to work together as a team in this emerging gold district in southern Nevada, and really get some results for shareholders and benefit for everybody in the area.
Yeah, I have several clients that have similar situations. Some are the big players, such as you are in this situation, and some are not so much the big player. But it's really interesting when it works in tandem. They share a lot of data. They share a lot of experience that they're having.
Yeah.
And these projects tend to move forward a lot more quickly.
Yeah. And that's generally, as you say, 2 heads are better than one. We've got 2 sets of geos looking at things, and then also you can get can do things with the regulators that'll allow for you to double up. So there's a lot of benefit to having other groups in there. But I think that the key takeaway for us is that there is a smart, well-heeled group moving into the area. They like what they see at the surface. They like what they see in our drilling, and they're starting to put dollars into the ground. So I think it's a good endorsement of our excitement on the Cuprite project, that other people are starting to get involved in the district as well.
I was about to say, copying and following you is a good endorsement. So you jumped the gun on me there.
Well, I mean, and money talks. I mean, they're putting dollars into the ground, and the cost of staking, the cost of acquisition, that's real dollars. They could go anywhere in the world, but they've chosen to be in a situation where they're right beside us. So they see value, we see value, and we're looking forward to working in this district side by side.
Yes, and particularly beneficial in this project, in my mind, is the fact that it is virgin territory. It's never been explored. It was being held back by the military in the United States as a uranium dump that never did happen, and it's now been released. So you're both kind of starting from zero. So things can move a lot better now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sort of a quirk of U.S. history. This was the railway route for what was proposed for the Yucca Mountain, the nuclear waste repository. There's obviously no nuclear material on the site. It was just on the route into where they proposed to store that material, but it was withheld for staking for 20, 30, 40 years. And I always saw this project when I was traveling through Nevada. You could see the alteration, like, what is that thing? And then we were told, don't bother to even look because you can't, so don't waste your time. And then we were able to, that moratorium came off. A group came in, they staked the ground, and then flipped it to us, and we were very, very fortunate to get it. And now we've got more interest coming in that this Cuprite LLC company is coming in, and they're starting to spend money in the district as well.
Yeah, what I always like about that particular story is it makes it sound like it's Project 51. Don't go over there. That's where the aliens are.
Yeah. Well, that area is actually just across the valley. You can see it from Cuprite, but that's a whole other that's a whole other thing that we can talk about.
Look forward to that off mic. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to see how both these projects move forward in the Walker Valley Trend.
Sounds good. Take care.
Bye-bye.
StrikePoint Gold is a paid sponsor of the Prospector News. The host owns shares and warrants of StrikePoint Gold bought at the market for investment purposes. The Prospector News podcast is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed are those of the participants and are not to be taken as investment advice. Listeners need to do their own due diligence and seek advice of a licensed investment advisor.